Hi. You okay there?
Wow, you put those marauders in the dirt quicker than the masked marketeer. Teach me your ways.
Thanks, I guess. Who's the masked marketeer? Or, you sound confused or unscrewed?
Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of that marauder you took down. Never seen moves like that outside my serial dramas. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
Even down to the interior design? Oh, so they even, like, just change the restaurant? Like, decor and stuff? That's cool. That's commitment. Okay, Zoe, I need you to clarify a thing for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
And how did you pull that off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
You were here just selling drugs, is what you were saying, so how are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknown.
I didn't mean like that.
Oh, you mean around these guys?
Yeah.
The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Are you from Edgewater?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Okay, there's something else.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Back. I get the feeling we just stumbled upon the potential quest objective of a quest we do not have yet. One of these days I want to come around into one of these bathrooms and find somebody mid-business and be like, ugh. A bad guy, obviously, so then we can kill them. Okay, nothing much in here. You know what? The talk of food has reminded me. I didn't get anything out for dinner tonight. I need to get 2 chicken boobs out of the freezer. Yes, I just called. There we go. Yeah, the freezer's right there, so. Kitchen. Living room. Me. Alright. I'm going to be barbecuing those later because it's going to be a nice day. I have some, oh god, we almost made it all the way. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. There are still bad guys here somewhere. Oh, cat. Okay, that's one down. Oh, hi. Get out of here. Where did they just... Did they just, like, spawn in or something?
No encore?
She's having the time of her life over there. She's like, oh, hell yeah, frontier madness. And it's like, no, just, you know, just cleaning house. Claiming bounties. Another lootable place in here. Hi. Robotage. Okay. But yeah, I have a roasted garlic seasoning, and I'm gonna leave the chicken to sit in it for a while first to really get the flavors in. Brush them with a bit of oil. Ooh, there's a mine over there. Let's not. let's, boop. Oh, there's one there. Boop. Oh, we were a bit close to that one. Oh! Ooh, I'm a little bit disoriented. I have been discombobulated. Oh, fuck. I was mocking them for running over their own mines. And it's valid, because they're the ones that put them there, so they should know exactly where their minefield is. I don't, so I have an excuse. Gotta go and... ooh, energy converters. We gotta go and sell all this junk. Get some money. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Get them brushed with oil, get them on the grill. Oh, fuck, I knew that was a mine. I was just looking at it like, that's a mine. What do I do about this? Well, not that. That's not what you do about it. Okay. We continue this way. I'm gonna go over here where the deserters are, I believe. Let's just double check. I'm going from memory more than anything else. Comes the new power. Deliver Reed's message. Yes. We're gonna go and do that first. Orders? Again? This will not stand. Boom! Oh! Moving target.
We made it.
Nice. Only question is, what are we going to have with it? Barbecue garlic seasoned chicken. What would be good to go with that? You have some dill pickle salad, which is actually pretty nice. That maybe air fry some diced potato. Ooh, liking this idea.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Well, you got trouble.
I don't know you. Whatever
I don't
you're
know you
looking
either.
for, it ain't here. Move along.
What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Oh, well then, you obviously run a tight ship.
You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without
Oh, I found her.
trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
No, she got to them, actually. Yeah, upbeat, little strange, loves Rizos. Yeah, I met her. She was in the Marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she all right?
Yeah, you mean in the head, or?
Zoe's family. Chiding her is our purview, not yours.
Alright, cool, cool.
If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
Done already. So, got some questions about her, though.
Tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Seems so personable. I can't imagine how you didn't get along with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Alright, let's change that subject. Where's Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Alright, cool. I'll leave you be. Good job killing all these doggies. Alright. So I guess we should go and speak to her friends, Stefan. I'm not gonna steal from people, but we will check everything out nonetheless. Oh, and we found Stefan. You selling all this? Hi.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank,
Ribs.
canid snout too.
Haven't had ribs in ages.
Something I can help you with?
Told one of your number has gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
So what happened on the day she disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Well, just tell me a little more about her.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics.
Oh my god, that sounds riveting.
She vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
Okay, what was that?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Okay, we've got an angle to bring her back. So was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange.
Really?
Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper.
That's
She
strange.
called it journaling. I think it's just plain odd.
That's weird. Right? Isn't that weird? That's weird. Any chance you can give me that copy so I can give it to her?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
Well, Zoe's living with marauders nearby. I need to tempt her back to camp with it.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, sprat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, it could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer.
Why would I do that?
Edition after all.
Lie or persuade, either one is good. Look at my face. Do I look like I give a damn about your show?
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words Collector's Edition. Here you go. Latest copy of the Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
Alright, more questions, if any. Nope,
Hey,
okay.
I got time.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb. And that includes canid meat.
Oh, yay. Be still my beating heart. He's selling a really good version of a pistol. Whole bunch of stuffs. But I am going to hold Z to sell junk. Ding. Excellent. I don't think I want to sell any of this other stuff to him just yet. So we'll leave it at that. Right, so we've got a way to bring her back, but need to. Oh, I saw a lootable. I will be stealing. Okay, I won't. Look in here. Hi.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yeah, you too. What is this? Zoe's journal. Today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat, bandits in the wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some Adrenatime too. Everybody loves Adrenatime, even marauders, right? I got odds on those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of Adrenatime before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have the whole gang of marauders at my back and my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Yeah, she was crazy. page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me, no more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back at this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the veiled ones, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? Maybe. I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? True. Whatever happened to that personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you know, they don't want you to really survive by your own bootstraps if it means using their bootstraps. Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Page 18. Good news, I'm alive and feeling better too. There's a group of deserters living out in the botanical labs. They found a way to grow food, or something that passes for food anyway. Adelaide's boiled a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptoms, I suppose. Tastes atrocious, but I've been feeling better. Nice to be away from the cannery. The labs have just enough power to run an aether wave, so I've been catching up on serial dramas. Masked Marketeer, what would I do without you? Go crazy, most likely, crack up, murder all my neighbours, and run screaming into the hills like a wild marauder, which is what she eventually decided to do, apart from all the murdering and such. I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad. I could see myself leading a cadre of marauders. A band of bandits? Wait, that doesn't sound right. Band of bandits? What would we call ourselves? The Formidable 14? The 100 Hooligans? Featuring Zoe the Bandit Queen? He was a little nuts. That much is for sure. Okay. Well, we got an ultimatum to deliver to Adelaide. So, for this quest, we need a power regulator to fix our ship. The guy at the cannery, the guy in charge of Edgewater Town for Spacer's Choice, is basically... He's worried about all these people who left and decided to form their own community at the old botanical gardens. And, you know, they're basically squatting on company property now, and they're deserters to their contract, and yada, yada, yada. But they left because of lots of concerns, and a little bit of corruption and a bunch of other stuff. Now... Thompson says he's willing to fix his ways if they come back, so we need to deliver that message to Adelaide and say, look, you either all come back together or you perish, you know. And Pavarti kind of knows if we take power away from them without convincing them to go back first, then we'd be leaving them out here to die, which is true. But the vicar also says he believes they should come back. So if we can get them to go back and then we take the power converter when it's no longer, that might be the better way to go about it. But I'm not above just, you know, telling these people get the F out.
Spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Who are you now?
Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother, on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though.
Okay.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Oh my god, tobacco tea. Like when Homer Simpson started growing cigarette tomatoes or something. Oy. So is this your, let's work our way into this. This your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you can grow anything out here. Oh, funny. Never knew you could grow a tripe in a garden. Oh, no, let's not do that. We need to convince them to return.
The soil around the Vale went
Not that much of an
sour years ago,
arsehole.
but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
I thought I could smell some shit. So, looks like you made a home out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Yeah, you picked a terrible place. No, why did you leave?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Well, let's get down to it. Reed sent me to make peace.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Living off power that belongs to the town, come back to the cannery, that's about it. That's not quite what he said, but that is his big gripe. He needs more power from the geothermal plant, so... Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends, or something about coming back to town, losing power. I wasn't really listening. Now let's go with the second one.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yeah, but I'm about to cut your power off, so... Well, I don't know if I'm going to cut theirs off for someone else's. Look, Reed asked me to divert the power to him, and he mentioned the geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a regulator, and I need it to repair the ship. I'm going to be, honest with her.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What it would do is render an entire town useless as well. Those big walls and the buildings are very useful to people. You want them to come out here and live among the trees. I'm not sure about that in this place. It's dangerous. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Well, she's taking a balanced approach that her dad was old, and old people die eventually. Kind of a fact of life. I don't like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side, yeah. It's manipulative.
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you got against the people trying to make a living over there?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it.
It is pretty disgusting.
All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
So if I help you, what happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Or they become marauders, or they die. You think he's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Well, I'll consider it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah, the game wasn't going to make it easy for us, was it? Wasn't going to give us a very clear choice in all of this. What else we got over here? A common room.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Get enough there. I don't want to go lockpicking everything. I need these people to at the very least be friendly with us. Just wondering if there's like merchants or that kind of stuff. She did say something as well, like there was a name, was it Thomas or something? And Pavarti said she had a friend, I think, called Thomas, who lives out here now.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
There we go then. Yeah, pretty much what I was just looking for this guy. Let's talk to her. I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but not your mom.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Damn. That normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Wow, yeah. Wow. Okay, so she was like some kind of high-paid executive, but because her work was so important, she's not allowed to raise her own daughter because her time was very important. So the best solution they come up with is kick the daughter down the chain to go with the dad who does manual labor on a menial contract. Oh, that's gross. And you mentioned earlier that you wanted to ask about
You
something.
mean about the mission being too clean?
Yeah, about the mission, right. Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. And then, why did you want to talk to him? Well, that was obvious. She was desperate to get his view on things right. Let's go with the first one.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
No, if you want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Why aren't you allowed in Moreau's store anymore, by the way? What's this vending machine story?
There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
12? Oh, come on, that must have been forever ago.
Sure, but folks got long memories around here. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road.
Oh boy. You picked the lock on it?
Well, sure. They're not tough. Even back then, before I got real good at that sort of thing. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the saltines.
Oh boy.
And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an autoloader run over a bottle of Zero G?
Yeah, let me guess, it exploded all over him. No, can we... No, I'm not gonna go with that. Go on.
Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was
Excellent.
just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so where's this Thomas guy? Is this the guy here? Yes, Thomas Kemp. Hey, what's up?
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering.
Yeah, you've got your engineering all over your face.
Miss Parvati.
Hey.
You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here?
God, turn the awkwardness all the way up to 11, why
Great,
don't
just
you?
great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Hmm. Okay, well, never too late to start learning. I could give you pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
I have one of those.
Set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Well, you know what? I expect a fair price for my trouble. Yeah, well, you mentioned 2 pads. What about the third? Let's go with that
Wish
first.
I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
Okay, I expect a price.
I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day.
Alright, well, today's your lucky day. I got one of them already.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 2, found in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Sure. I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Let me ask you something.
What's on your mind?
How long you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing out there?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right.
Nope.
If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I should go. Let me just get the hell away from whatever that was. Got to this guy? Nope, he's just a nobody. Well, we can talk to him, but it's just ambient. Okay, so where does that leave us? Know where the other one is. Doesn't give us a marker for it, so we'd have to find it on our own, I guess. That means going back to the community center. Should go and convince Zoe to return, though, first, before we do anything else. That's nice and close. Then we'll go get the other bounty. Then we'll go back to the community center and... Or when we come back out this way, we'll go to the community center and get the other pad. Wonder where the third one would be. I do distinctly remember finding it. I don't remember where. But it must be somewhere. You know what? I bet it's on the ship. But it's in one of the closed off rooms on the ship. That would make some sense. Oh yeah. That's gonna be it, isn't it? It's gonna be on the damn ship. Well then. We need to get the ship powered up first. I don't really know which way I want to do this. I think when I played this on stream before, I chose to shut down the town and I took their shit. And I have played this a little bit myself as well between now and then. Like I tried to get back into this game a year or two ago, a couple of years ago when I was back in England still actually, so it'd be over a year at least. And remember correctly, I shut down the botanical garden. I don't think I found a way to actually do it where I convinced them to go back to town, then shut down the garden. Had a bad case of user stubborn-ritis. User, your mail service is offline. Me, the status check says everything is fine. You must be using wrong login data by mistake. No, I always log in with the data. Your service is broken. Pardon, please. Send me the screenshot of the error message. User shows a login without my mail domain. Me, please try a login with the mail domain user. It works now. See, your service is broken. Me, sorry for your inconvenience. It was still a user error. Yeah.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
What now? So I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I could intimidate her with level 46. Wow. Look, Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer?
No, I don't want to gab about it. I don't care about it. But Stefan wanted to watch this with you. He's upset. He doesn't get his Netflix and chill time with you anymore.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed.
You're being,
Well, it's working. I can't
yeah.
say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah, Grace is fun. An IRL story of right now. Hey, you gotta love customer support, right? Okay, so we did that. We do need to go back that way anyway at some point. So, actually, should we do that now? No, we'll do that later. Turn in the medicine, fistful of digits. We were gonna do these, right? Let's go get that last bounty. He's over there. So actually, yeah, I guess we are gonna go past the botanical garden. We'll go and turn that mission in quick. Could you move your camera 100 pixels down so we can see when the HUD updates your status? Am I blocking something? Yes, I am. I do try to keep the camera... Oh, that is not where I want it to be. Put it about here, I guess. Let's see if that works. I do try to keep it out of the way of as many of the UI elements as possible. So normally I have it like over that side in the top corner or down at the bottom, but that's where a lot of the UI is. And I'm like, okay, I'll move it over here instead. That's fine. Yeah, the only game I intentionally, like, cover parts of the UI status on would be covering up the map on, not the map, the chat on Guild Wars. Most of the time, I find that game is pretty decent. I didn't see this last time. Auto mag pistol. What? Should I swap out the revolver for this? The answer to that question is yes. Alright, I'm gonna do that. It's nice. I like the style of that gun as well. But yeah, sometimes the chat in that game, it's good most of the time, but sometimes you see people talking and it's just offensive bullshit. And it's like, nope, I don't want that on my stream. And I see, oh, I thought there were chests. My loot sense was tingling. Hey, what? Don't walk away.
What is it?
So I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway?
Yeah, chat on Guild Wars. Chat in any MMO, basically, just cover that shit. You know, like, it's not worth the potential grief. It does have a profanity filter at the very least, but sometimes there's also, it can be aggro without profanity, and it's like, I don't need that. I don't need people to see that. Especially when you're doing a big meta, like, some of the times when we're doing the big map metas in, for instance, Auric Basin, and people get really pissy when it doesn't go off right. Dude, it's a game. Chill out. Or World versus World as well, when we did World versus World that one time, and there were people bitching about other people not, you know, concentrating on the places where the enemy are attacking, and it's like, there's plenty to do in World versus World than do the blob fights, you know? Chill. We didn't always get along, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She's joined it with a band of marauders, they hadn't hurt her. Now, I don't want to tell her that. Yeah, something about wanting to be an outlaw, rather than not get into it.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Alright, I'll be leaving. Okay, we need to go back out and around and find this last bandit and collect the bounty on them. On the way back, maybe on the way back, cut across to the community center, find the data pad that the other guy wants here. As to the third one, don't know where we're going to find that. Then we can go turn these bounties in. There are dead marauders here. Yoink. Wink. Wink. Okay. There'd be several dead marauders just chilling over here. I mean, why wouldn't there be, as well as, I guess, another question, right? We can use the bed to sleep. Okay. I forgot that was a thing in this game. Alright, well, not much going on here. Place down here.
Here we go!
The hell is this thing that I have awoken? It's like a gigantic canid.
Nice one. Everyone all right?
Alright, we got them all. The named canid. How does it have drugs and bracelets and all other kinds of stuff? And a shot cannon? Did it eat those? What? Tail, take the tail. This. Ethology log, hunting behavior of feral canids. My name is Kane Van Ackerman. I am a Spacer's Choice ethologist specializing in the fauna of Terra 2. Currently I'm studying the hunting behavior of feral canids. We found another one of these about those little pterodactyl type creatures, right? Whatever they were called. I managed to find a nice hiding spot beside a rather large pack of canids. This is the largest pack of feral canids I've seen in the Vale. There were like 3 of them. Although one of them was a large canid, largest I've seen. In a sufficiently large pack, canids will hunt about anything the pack could possibly take down a small group of primals given the chance. Smaller packs tend to give a wide berth to primals roaming the region. Sprats and terror rays, that's it. However, are fair game even for a lone canid. They may not have encountered primals, but this pack of canids made quick work of a marauder camp they found. I am afraid I may have to move before I can study the pack closely. I'll have to leave my things once one of my assistants to pick up later on. Trying to explain to my mom how the passive voice in English works proves to be rather difficult. Oh no! Another assistant with their legs removed. It's no good. Well, this is the marauders they made work of, I guess. I'd love to find this guy who's actually doing... you know, who's actually doing these studies and letting his assistants come and get devoured. Seems kind of mean of him. Well, this is the geothermal plant. Hang on. Oh, I'm coming to the wrong freaking place. I thought I set this as my quest. They're up there. Okay. Yeah, I thought, why am I coming to the geothermal plant? Not where we need to be, right? I get the feeling, actually, that these guys are in a cave, maybe? Riot control armor. Ah, that's not much better. Retrofitted heavy power armor, though. Not quite as good as mine, but Parvati could have that. There you go. Actually, what's that going to do to her stats? Heavy weapons and stealth. Going to remove her tech skills, but I don't know if they actually have any use. Look at her now. She means business. Yeah, I don't know if they have uses for NPCs, so... we go somehow. I don't want to trigger the robots that are in here. If I can help it.
Get ready.
Oh god, really?
Wow, not even a scratch.
This place. Aimed canids means probably marauders. Another one. Not seeing any marauders though. There's one. Up. Boom! That it? Just a couple of marauders out here with a pack of doggies? Alright. I'm good with that. Take a drink! Absolutely. Okay. What are we going to spend the skill points on this time? I think again, weapons. Maybe put 4 points in there for now. Or into dialogue. We did tech last time? Oh no, we did leadership last time. Let me do that to get the abilities unlocked. And stick another one into tech as well. Why not? Alright, accept those. You can command companions using their abilities now. Companion ability 1 and 2. Yes. I tried that before and it didn't work, so I guess I needed to unlock it. Okay, are we going to move faster now? Walk speed higher? Might be an idea. I'll go with that. To sell junk. That is sealed. Scan for all the loot. Little house here. Take all their food. They're not gonna need this. This is all mine. Cool. Get into this big building in the middle? I don't think I looked at this. There's a shunt there, didn't see that. But we can't get in. Oh! Oh! Oh, this guy had his legs blown off. Now the weather slowly starts where I can't cool down the place because you can't get air out at night. Ah, yeah. We have this weird middle distance in, here with the weather where it's too cold outside to open up any of the doors or windows because we will freeze the air circulation system's vents, like valves, and they will start leaking. So they can freeze over if you leave the door open, for instance, on the balcony open for like 10 minutes in sub-zero temperatures, and then you run the risk of it all breaking the heating system. But, you know, at the same time, if you have it all closed, the sunlight hitting the front of the building eats the place up terribly, and it gets very stuffy in here. Like, through February and March in here was very stuffy. So, yeah. And now, I can have the balcony door open, the bedroom windows open. We're leaving it open overnight now, because it's just keeping the air nice and fresh. But eventually it'll get to the point where it's too hot, and then we have to shut the balcony door and windows because the front of the building will be so hot, it will be... any air moving in is coming in warm. So in order to cool the place, we need to close it. And we don't have the benefit of having, like, north-facing windows because we live in a unit in an apartment building, right? In a condo. So we can't do that, like where you can open up the windows on the non-sunny side in order to let the air flow. I have a funky idea, heating the heating system to cool down the place. Possibly, that could work. Oh, there's a guy. Hi. That's Doc Maybell dealt with. Anyone else? Damn, we owned these guys. Here was me thinking, oh yeah, I remember these guys were in a cave. Ooh, the blade on stick. Okay. I remember thinking these guys were in a cave and this is going to be really hard, but no, actually we just straight up killed them in their own little narrow defile. Fun Times Barrel. What is that? Please tell me that's something hilarious. Fun Times Barrel. Ranged weapon mod. Barrel increases crit damage. I like that. That's fun. That sounds very fun. All my windows face true south. Oof, yeah. Cam is in a better spot now? Excellent. I didn't realize there were things happening up in the top right there. I'm guessing it's things like quest update notifications and things like that. Yeah, it's good that I'm not gonna block those. Alright, we need to go... where are we? Back to the community center first, perhaps. So let's just skirt around. Oh. I remember killing these guys, but okay, that'll work. Yeah, let's see if we can get down over here somewhere. Box over here. No way down, though. You just partially block them if there are multiple updates at once, but it works better now. Excellent. Thank you. Oh god, is this like... Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. This isn't like some invisible wall bullshit, is it? Nope, I can get over. Cool. Ah, blap. Breathe in some tuna. Ah, there we go. Good. So we need to come back there eventually for the main quest. And to get the robot logic module. The crazy guard over at the landing pad in town. Who thinks all robots are trying to kill humanity. Wants a logic module from one of them to then decode and prove whether or not that's actually happening. Okay, if we get... that, it should give us a waypoint directly to the unit. Wish it came out of an equipable perk to show all invisible walls. That would be nice. Would absolutely be nice. Oh, here it is. How did I miss that? It's sitting right there. Well then. Question is, where's the third? It's probably going to be a quest reward. I bet it's a quest reward. It's either on the ship or it's a quest reward for doing all the other stuff. Oh, hang on. Dude's here. Hi.
That's gotta hurt. Nice one.
Hey.
That's the last of them.
Nice. Yeah, don't run near the exploding barrels, guys. That's not good for your health. You literally... Where's the other... Oh, here he is. Oh, okay, he has nothing on him anyway. Can I... Yeah! More mag picks. Freebie. Alright. Okay, what is this?
Oh, you got that?
E. Assault rifle, heavy ammo, a bunch of shit. Couple more shunts. Nice, nice. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, because we didn't come up this road to here. We came at it from a different place, if I remember. So we just walked right past those guys without seeing them. Or maybe not. No, I think we did come up this way. I don't remember now. Yeah, because we came through here. Took these guys out and then went up there. Maybe they just respawned in. Okay, cool. In down this road, but we're right at the border of town. I don't think we're going to find any bad guys here. Did just see a health bar up there, though. What is this? Thought I saw a marker for a bad guy. Well, gee, never mind. You know, something really cool happened lately. I recommended the game Celeste to someone and told them I can't play due to my lack of fine motor skills. They said they will play it live for me when I have an official vacation. I found that so genuinely wholesome of them to consider doing that. That's so nice, yeah. I think I might have that game. Can't remember if I grabbed it once when I had Prime and it was on Prime Gaming. But I never got around to playing it, but by all accounts, people say it's a very good game. But yeah, that's so nice of them to offer. Grab all the things. Okay. We check this place out? I don't think we did. Oh wait, no we did, and I didn't unlock that. That's right. Let's do it now. This is the marketing division. Unlock the second story balcony door. Okay, I think I already did that, but whatever. To R. Thompson from L. Gibbs Marketing Division. Hey boss, just wanted to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line and I think some of them will really catch customer attention. From Thompson, Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of Saltuna brand because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of a lighter Saltuna. Effective immediately, we've been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, saving bits to every can. Oh my god, shrinkflation. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed their request to have you transferred from marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is a great and tremendous honor for you and for me. Effectively, immediately, your position in marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Oh my god, that's terrible. Let's look at his personal files. Ideas for Saltuna Light taglines. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fat with some Saltuna flavor. It's brine time. Now with the satisfying crunch of cartilage. You can't spell Saltuna without salt. Note, you also can't spell Saltuna without ants. Potential marketing towards families? Yeah, but what about Aunt Cleo? Ooh, people might think you're part of them. Get a cease and desist order. Leading scientists say it's still food. Legally and technically, this is food. The Saltuna will thank you. Warning, may cause auditory hallucinations. Add more later. Oh god, that's so good. I love that one. The writing in this game is just ridiculous. Do you have any idea how I could, with the least effort, cut power to my speakers when I put my PC to standby? They're actively, so they pull power when on and playing nothing. I'd rather shut them down. Yeah. Because my old speakers back in the UK, which I couldn't ship out here, I was so sad because I'd had them forever and they were really good. They were like 150 watt desktop speakers, which you can never buy anymore. The volume button on it was also like a power off, but they were also persistently pulling from the AC unless I toggled the power off. The only other thing I could think you could do, if possible, I'm assuming that they're pulling from AC as well, from like the wall outlet, because if so, you could get a power adapter, like a single line adapter, and plug them into that, and have a switch on that, and then put the adapter somewhere where you could reach it and you could press the off button. Like if it had like a breaker switch on it. Ow. They have a wall outlet, yeah. So I would suggest that maybe. I have seen as well, just on the off chance, if you can ever find it, there are some as well which I've seen. They're meant to be like a foot switch, but I guess you could also put it upon the desk to make it accessible as well, and easier to like reach or something, where there's like a little push button that like loops in, and it cuts the power to the outlet. That could be a thing. So it would just be like an extension cable, and then you plug it in, and then there'd be like a power switch on it. That's the only way I can think to do it, really, because I'm assuming, of course, then the outlet, like here, my outlets are under the desk, so if I had that situation, I'd have to reach underneath and pull the outlet out, and that would get boring after a while. So that's a possibility. Is looking for like a power outlet that also, like an extension cable that has a breaker switch, and then put it somewhere where you can get to it, plug it in there and toggle that. But then you'd be having cables up on the table, so I don't know if that would be too messy.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Through time trying, plug them into a smart outlet, let the PC send a smart home switch off command before it goes to sleep, and the inverse when it turns on. That could be doable, yes. You could definitely look at that.
Seemed scary from the outside.
Something to report?
Oh man, we could turn the cache of medicine into Constable Reyes and screw over the black market person. I never thought about that. But I'm here to turn in bounties.
We pay by the finger.
Okay, here's Antrim.
Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame.
Oh, well, now he's just dead.
Here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Maybell?
Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Yeah, Bertie Cotton.
Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma.
You shot him in the head, actually, so yeah.
Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint to ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
What is this? Junior Deputy Constable?
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Cool. So how did so many people end up being marauders here?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
Okay, but that didn't really answer my question. Sounds like marauders have been a problem for a while or what? No. Answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Oh, if I tell her this could really land Phyllis in the shit. Because, yeah, Eugene shot himself, and by rights the company should have then been fined for this because it was destruction of property. Well, the town would have been fined by the company for the destruction of this person's property, and Phyllis would have been the one to stick the bill. But somehow, because Silas was tired and cranky and then lost the body, which I think we still need to look for, right? Lost the body. He just filed the paperwork as the guy was buried, and it overwrit everything that needed to be done regarding the shooting of himself, and thus, you know, she didn't have to pay shit. But if I report that now, oh, that's gonna be problematic. Marauders seem to like adrenatime, so I'm not gonna do that.
Everybody likes adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much
Jade.
adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime.
All right, well,
What's on your mind?
do I want to turn in the medicine? Give it to nobody. Help me out here, Pavati. What do we do? Yeah, we have two options here. Basically, old man Abernathy thinks he's dying and he wants a special case of anthracillin found at the Emerald Village Community Center, which we found. And then on the way out, someone called Esther came over and was like, don't give it to him. He's just a hypochondriac who doesn't need it. There are people who do need it who can't get it, and I run a black market for medicine. But that's helping her make money off the medicine. And I don't like that either. And I could just turn it into the town and be like, I'm not helping any of y'all.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Yeah, so here's Esther. Oh, but if we give it to old man Abernathy, it's like, you know... kind of help him even if he is a hypochondriac. Otherwise he, and he did look sick. He looked sick as a dog, to be honest with you. Who do we give it to? Abernathy won't get the medicine if we don't give it to him. And if he is sick, you know what, we'll do that. We'll just take the safe option. If he is sick, his death will be on our hands. So here you go.
You wanna mingle, go try the cantina.
Here's the meds.
Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting.
Now, aha, Esther tells me you have a tendency towards hypochondria.
I don't know what that means. Is that some sort of medical condition?
Kind of.
Is my plague getting worse or something?
I'm gonna give it to him.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best.
Yeah, we just gave a druggie his drug.
Scratched together
Okay.
all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
I am an arsehole, so I'm gonna persuade him to give me a bit more.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Alright, see you around. Thank you, good deal. And, Esther? Tough shit.
I've got some time.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Okay, well, Abernathy needed that medicine, so I let him have it.
I can't say I'm pleased, but what's done is done.
Alright. You be. And by the way, I am a deputy now, so next time I will turn you into the authorities for running a black market. But not today. Right, what else do we have to do? Die robot we can do when we go there. Frightened engineer, find the 3 volumes. Now, I did find the one we gave him was the one that was in the actual cannery. I don't know where the other's going to be, so I guess we're going to be deciding whether or not we divert the power, the geothermal plant, or are we going to, like, shut the town down?
Wish we had some better rations.
To me, as much as I hate this corporate misery, town is definitely a safer choice for everybody than, like, some botanical garden. And shutting down the town, all these people are not just going to drop what they're doing and say, let's go join the botanical garden. They're going to go crazy. They will lose their shit. Quite literally.
Where magic happens? Well, science. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it.
Yeah, I need it. It's mine. I know this is your workshop, Pavati, but this is mine now. It didn't say stealing, so I didn't steal it, technically. I took it. So there. We have weapon mods we could probably put on as well at some point. I don't think we have anything else we need to do in the town, though, so we're down to geothermal plant, figuring out what we're going to do about that. So, that won't be today, though. We're about 15 minutes early, but guys, I think we're going to leave it there for the day.